my good buddy Anthony Brian Logan released a video called Stacey Abrams Released an Agenda for Black Men. So it got me really wanting to dig into the situation. Now, Stacey Abrams is a candidate to become governor of Georgia. She failed, I believe, in 2018, and now with the ability to run again, she's trying to do that. And time is winding down. An election day is approaching. She has all the black women supporting her. She has a lot of people supporting her. But one of the people that she needs to reach is black men. Now, I want to talk about this whole idea that black men are now being critical after being neglected for years in voting blocks now. That's why you see a lot of liberals coming towards black men, trying to find out their issues. And you're seeing it also from the right. A lot of black men are now going to the Republican Party, not in so many numbers, but you're seeing it more gradually. And there was a particular interview on MSNBC. Tariq Nasheed posted it, and pretty much there was a clip that I'm going to talk about where, they're talking about black men being ignored in politics. And I want you to hear the excuse that the young lady gives to black men who are being ignored.
Roland made a really legitimate point here. I will say, a lot of black men sometimes feel like they're ignored or they're put down, particularly sometimes even by black women in the media. So this is not that. But I do hear Roland's point that felt ignored. But you feel ignored and then you go over to the other side. The oppressed feel oppressed. So then you go and try to align with the oppressor. So I'm not putting black men down, but sometimes it's like, well, some of you Kevin Samuels following Tariq Nasheed quoting people, please look at the truth and see what's happening and get in line with some of the black women. Is majority, like he said, vote Democrat, but that margin of people who can be plucked away from your people and go advance policies that harm your people, I just don't understand that.
So let me kind of read what Tariq Nasheed posted on Instagram before I get into it. So the Democrats are sending their plantation flunkies in the media to encourage black people to vote without getting anything for your vote, while calling me out by name, telling you all not to listen to me. Well, Tariq was not the only person called out by name. It's also Kevin Samuels. Now, I want to talk about this whole idea because this is not new. This thought process by this presenter is not new. Let's talk about dating, okay? And I want you to see how some black women feel about black men, right? So listen, we are not giving you as black women what you want. You feel ignored by us, okay? You feel ignored by us as black women. You feel like we're not listening to you. So you're gonna go over and date white women? Because we won't listen to you. We're ignoring you. We won't give you what you want. So you go and deal with white women. You go and deal with Hispanic women. You go and go overseas and deal with, how dare you do something for yourself that fits into your best interest. At best, our best interest is your best interest. You should do what we tell you to simply because we are your leaders. That's in relationships. Now, that sort of language is being directed at black men in a very disrespectful tonality towards politics. So now you're getting to see what your worth really is on the Democratic agenda. You're not looked at as adults. You're looked at as just 2/3 of a slave, 2/3 of a man. Remember that? Many years ago, where slaves were counted as 2/3 of a vote, that's pretty much what you're being looked at as here. You're a whole vote, but what are your needs? You're not somebody that should be competed for. That's the same thing that black men are facing in relationships. It's the same thing that black men are facing politically, okay? Now, we're not gonna give you anything for your vote. Understand that. That's what she's saying. You're gonna go to the other side, so clearly because we're not gonna give you anything, it's just like this. Think about this, right? I've heard about the situation in certain parts of countries in Africa. I knew of a person that told me that they were working for somebody and that person didn't pay them for 4 months. That individual said, listen, you're not paying me. I'm going to quit. I'm going to go to another job. Got another job. You can even keep the money that you were going to try to give me, which you're not going to give me. It's fine. I'll just go to somewhere else. The person had the audacity to be mad. What? You're going to go over there? Wow, you're gonna go over to a person that's actually paying. Think about how stupid that sounds. What? I was gonna do all of this for you and I was gonna introduce you to all of these things. At least the person here in this situation is lying, right? They're saying that to keep the person there or to make them feel bad, But in this case, in the political sense that we just watched, she's not even saying what you're going to get for your vote because you feel ignored. Let me ask you this. What if a black man talked to black women like this? What if black men said, you know what? We know that you have needs and wants, but you know what? Like, because you're doing that, you want to be independent? Because we're not giving you what you want to actually go out there and do for yourself? You actually want to go out and better yourself? Like, that don't mean you're supposed to go over to the other side, over to the white man, because clearly black women will not accept that. Here's the reality. Black men need to understand their opportunity as a voting bloc, okay? And the fact that she came for brother Kevin Samuels, which was a personal friend of mine's, just shows you that they have no argument. Why would you need to reach out to talk about Tariq Nasheed and Kevin Samuels? These people are not a part of the discussion. It is an ad hominem to blame black men for how they feel because Tariq Nasheed and Kevin Samuels have discussed real truths about how black men are being treated in the black community in America. So instead of dealing with that, you want to shame them for okay, let me have a masculine perspective about my life. Let me take my life into the situation it should go, instead of understanding why the Democrats are losing black men. See, this is the same attitude we take in black business also, right? So here's the situation. We're in the black community. We're a business. We have constituents, or let's call them customers, right? People who, they paid the business, right? They support the business, all right? They're like parishioners at a church. They're supporting the business. We're not trying to understand what the customer wants. We're not trying to fix the problems in the business to make the business more efficient, to make products more better, to make costs down or more effective so that our customers can easily do business with us. We're not trying to do that. And we expect that because we're not good. Oh, you're going to go over to the white business? You're going to go over to the Asian business? Wow. And we're not taking any accountability that we're not winning customers. The Democrats don't have black male votes for a reason. The reason is because of how they treat black male constituents. Everything is about black women. Remember Fox Soul? Ice Cube went on there with the plan for Black America. What happened, guys? What about black women? That's all it is, right? So then black men have become disinterested, and you're upset that they become disinterested. You're not trying to compete. Just like many women are not trying to compete for black men in relationships, as a group, you're not trying to compete for their vote. And now you're upset that they're going someplace else. Clearly, black women want to be competed for politically, and they want to be competed for in relationships. But now in this case, if this is how some people feel, that's not a big interest in competing for black men. It is disrespectful and also very, very disingenuous. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.